Welcome to Social Media with Lacey J. Today, I want to talk about 3 ways that you can make more money as a social media manager. A lot of the times, people who are coming into social media for the first time don't have a lot of experience with billing, with invoicing, with estimates, etc. Well, I've been doing this for 12 years and have developed a pretty good practice for this, and I want to share some of what I've learned with you here. So, 3 things that I think that you might not be billing for right now that you really should be billing for, okay? First thing is content planning, okay? How are you coming up with the ideas for the posts that you're creating for clients as a social media manager? Are you doing research on other accounts online? Are you doing research in the business? Are you visiting the business and talking to the owners or the advocates that you have within the business? All of those things should be things that you are billing for. The way that we do at my agency is that we set a half-hour call once a month with the client to discuss content planning. That is billed at our normal hourly rate, and that is just included in the subscription that they pay each month. Setting it up for the same day and time each month means we don't have to waste time with scheduling, means we don't have to go back and forth on email chains about what kind of content is supposed to come through. So that's number 1, content planning. Make sure that any time and energy that you spend coming up with content ideas for your clients are being billed for and that you're getting a good rate for those, okay? Number 2 thing I want you to be thinking about is presence management, okay? So yes, your job as a social media manager is, of course, to come up with content and post content, okay? But what about when somebody comments on that content? Do you just leave it there? Probably not, because you're good at your job. So you're in there and you're responding to comments. Maybe you're even commenting on other people's content. Maybe you're getting direct messages and you're responding to those direct messages, or you're reaching out to the client that you're serving and asking them how you should respond to those things. All of that is things you must be paid for. There is no reason on this planet that you should be doing any of that work for free. So, again, the same way that we do this is we add a line item to our estimates, to our invoices, called presence management. The description on that line item is responding to comments, responding to DMs, engaging with other accounts, okay? And you just choose how much presence management are you going to need for that client and add that in as an hourly rate with as much time as you estimate you're going to need to be doing it for. We often will estimate anywhere between 1 to 4 hours a month, depending upon the frequency of posts that we have, depending upon the number of accounts or the number of channels that we're posting to, and just looking before we actually sign in with that client, looking at how much comments they're getting on a regular basis. How much are we going to need to be watching this, responding? Also thinking about what type of comments are coming through. We have a specific client that we signed at my agency recently who gets a lot of negative comments that come through because of some issues that they're dealing with outside of our work. So knowing that ahead of time, we bumped up by 25% the amount of time that we're going to be spending and charging them for. Then when we actually do that work, we have a project management system that says basically whatever our total is, let's say it's 4 hours a month for presence management services, we have a little task that's an hour a week. Some of our social media managers like to break that twice a week and do a half hour 2 times a week. But we're just clocking that time for presence management, making sure that we're fulfilling the total amount of time that we've estimated and that we're billing for. But above and beyond, you just deserve to be paid for the time that you're spending doing work on that account outside of posting, and that includes presence management time. So make sure that's getting on your invoice, make sure you're getting paid for it. All right, number 3, very important thing as a social media manager that you need to make sure that you're getting paid for is what I like to call account management time, okay? What does this mean? Well, you know when your client texts you at 7 p.m. and is like, hey, what do you think about running this ad? Or they send you an email with a post idea that was not discussed in content planning time, but they want to have out tomorrow. Yeah, it's super annoying, right? I mean, is that just me? It's horribly annoying? Yeah, it is, because our time is so valuable. How dare you text me at 7 p.m.? This is my job. But then, at least for me, I can remember to myself, I have bucketed account management time in my invoice that I send to you every single month. So I am planning on you doing this, okay? At least a half hour a month, up to an hour and a half a month for our clients. We're budgeting this time to make sure that we are not feeling resentful when we are responding to emails, to text messages, to post changes. Account management time is one of the pieces that I'm sure you are losing money on if you are not including that in your invoice. So to circle it all back around and think about this, 3 ways that you can make more money as a social media manager doing the same amount of work that you're already doing is billing for it. Okay? Content planning. You're going to start billing for this. You're going to add it from here on out to every invoice and estimate that you send out. Content planning time. Presence management time, you're going to make sure that every time you respond to a comment, every time you respond to a DM, you are getting paid for that time. And then thirdly, account management time. You do not have to feel resentful forever every time that you have to text back your clients. Put it in your invoice. Make sure that you're bucketing some time to respond to those email communications, and you're going to make a good amount more money for the same work you're already doing. Okay? I believe in you.